gang, welcome to the Cyrano's Place channel. You caught me drilling. I like to drill outside. Nice day, wonderful weather. Drill wherever you need to if it keeps you inspired. But there's more to fencing than simply drilling on target and making sure your skills are clean with your coach or whomever you train with. We need to know the logic tree that is our opponent in the game that changes because people think. Well, what do they think? We've got something called the tactical wheel that kind of explains a simple way of logic tree. We're going to go over it. Now, I realize it's simple. It's not everything that's out there. It's just a basic logic tree to think about. If your opponent does one thing, what do you? And how do you think through the next piece of the puzzle? So let's look at the tactical wheel and see what we can glean in wisdoms from it. Come on. The attack can be any simple attack you wish to use. So every conversation in fencing starts out with an initial attack. In this case, we're going to take that initial attack as simply a straight attack and see what happens. So let's look.
Fencer A makes a straight attack.
Okay, so that's what's happening, and that's what the referee is seeing. Let's look at what the opponent is seeing with the attack so we can understand better the response.
Fencer A makes a straight attack.
Your parry needs to be a defensive action. No fencer wants to get hit, so a response to a simple attack is going to be a simple parry, in this case a parry 4 with a direct riposte to their opponent. Let's see what happens.
In response to A's attack, B parries and makes the riposte and scores.
Now that was the referee's view. This is what the fencers are seeing with a better angle. And so we can start and think about what comes next as a response.
In response to A's attack, B parries and makes the riposte and scores.
Our disengage in this situation represents a compound attack prefaced with a feint to elicit a response. Now, the first fencers made an attack and got parried. They don't want to be parried, but they expect that same response of a parry. So they're going to make the attack, elicit the response of the parry, disengage, and finish going. Let's look at it from the referee's standpoint.
A makes the attack, B attempts to parry, A disengages and scores the touch.
Now that we've seen what the referee sees, let's look at it from where the fencers see it to see if we can think about what the response would be to counter that disengage.
A makes the attack, B attempts to parry, A disengages and scores the touch.
The goal of the counterattack in response to a compound attack is to have the opponent walk right into it. The first fencer is attacked, the second fencer is parried, the first fencer has now made that disengage. What does the second fencer want to do? Well, we want to make sure that they do that same response, but now we also want to use it against them. So let's see how the second fencer does this.
A, expecting the parry, will disengage. B, counterattacks, scoring.
Now what did that fencer do? There's the attack, there's initiation of parry, the first fencer goes to disengage and gets caught into a counterattack. Now that counterattack happens to be a straight attack that's going to catch the first fencer's blade. Let's look at it from the fencer's view.
A, expecting the parry, will disengage. B, counterattacks, scoring.
So, are you listening? Are you learning, little girl? It's attack. And the response to that is parry and riposte. And the response to that is attack, disengage. And you know what the response to that is? Counterattack. Are you impressed? You're not impressed, are you? Dogs these days, they don't care about fencing whatsoever. But I bet you care about the tactics that you implement on strip to be successful. So this, again, is just a basic, simple scenario of what the game is. Very basic. And if you take this basic logic tree and you embellish it, you get a more involved game. So if you watch some of the World Cup games, you can see some of this going on. Now, I hope you've liked this. I hope you've learned something from it. If you have, please subscribe, Please like, please share, and if you really like it, we'd love to have you as a patron of Cyrano's Place as we continue to put together a whole library of information to help the fencing community in general. Until next time, thank you for watching.